Hello viewers, in today's session we are going to cover two topics, credit management and principles of lending. Let's start with the first one, credit management. We'll have an overlook of the credit management. First and foremost, as a banker, what you do is a credit appraisal. So you do a financial analysis and also look at the credit rating and the integrity analysis, which is more important from the client's perspective. Then the actual delivery, that means the disbursement, what you do. Remember, this is a risk what you carry when you pass a credit to your client. So we have to monitor it on a regular basis. So the credit control, and from that perspective, the risk management of your client is important. In case some mishap happens, then our paramount duty is to do a rehabilitation and recovery. Let's see how this progresses. Credit management. As you are aware that our regulator is Reserve Bank of India. So as per the directive of RBI, the entire credit management process is determined. First and foremost, when money is lent to your client, it all depends on the loan policy of that bank. Based on that, the actual money is lent. Second step is also, of course, an appraisal of that credit proposal. And that appraisal has to be in a perfect manner. Once you have done the appraisal and you intend to part a loan, the next step which comes is a delivery or the disbursement of that money to your client. Once the money is parted to the client, your responsibility grows. So what exactly you are supposed to do is to control and monitor at the client's level so that the amount what is repayable comes in a proper manner. In case there are slippages, yes, slippages is real time happening. So there could be slippages. In that context, you have to take care of rehabilitation and of course the recovery. That is the focus every banker has to keep. And in all this process, you have to ensure that it doesn't turn into an NPA. Now, what are the basic principles of lending? First and foremost is safety of the bank when we lend money. That's the paramount importance. The second aspect is the liquidity of the bank. When we say liquidity, what we mean is we shouldn't land into a situation where we part money and in that case there is a restraint as far as our position is concerned. So that is what you need to look at. Then comes the profitability, of course the rate at what we charge and recover. Then the purpose for which this money is actually given to your client, that is also needs to be looked at. And in that all context, you'll have to actually mitigate the risk, because whenever you are parting money, that's the risk, inherent risk in this context. So you have to look at the risk factor as well. And in all this process, what you ensure is the collateral, what you collect from your client, that is the security, so that the money what you lend is safe and there is a recovery of that money. Let's check what we learn. Liquidity with a banker means we have four choices: cash and bank balances, profitability and diversification of risk, short-term current assets to convert into cash, and all of above. And the obvious answer is all of above. Let's check what we have learned. The question is, banker can reduce the risk in lending to a borrower. Choice A, by obtaining adequate security. 2, by ensuring that there will be no problem of liquidity with the borrower. C, by ensuring that there will be no default on account of lack of liquidity and lack of willingness to pay on the part of the borrower. And the obvious answer is C, where we not only cover the liquidity part, also the money from our client which comes to us, that is his willingness. So that's the logical answer to our question, which is choice C. This sums up our first session on credit management. Our next session will be on working capital and term loan.